Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum students. Once again, welcome Pakistan International School Taif Virtual Learning System. This lecture is for grade second year boys and girls Pakistan studies, and this is your sixth lecture, and we will continue chapter 1. The name of the chapter 1, Genesis of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Today we will discuss formation of the interim government. In the previous lecture we discussed Shimla Conference and Cabinet Mission Plan. Now we will discuss formation of the interim government. In September 1946, the Viceroy asked the Congress to form interim government. In those circumstances, Muslim League decided to join the interim government instead of giving way to other. It nominated 5 members: Liaquat Ali Khan, I. Chandrigar, Sardar Abdurrab Nashtar, Raja Ghazanfar Ali Khan, and Joginder Nath. The difference between the Congress and the Muslim League affected the performance of the interim government. This strengthened the demand of the Muslim for a separate homeland. Therefore, the British Prime Minister announced on 20th February 1947 that the government would hand over the power to the elected representatives by June 1948. So the establishment of Pakistan became more definite. This was a little background of the formation of the interim government. Now, from your book, Formation of an Interim Government was the first step towards the implementation of Cabinet Mission Plan. Did you remember the Cabinet Mission Plan? In previous lecture, we discussed the Cabinet Mission Plan, and in Cabinet Mission Plan, the idea of Pakistan indirectly that was accepted or included the idea of Pakistan. So Quaid-e-Azam decided to accept this plan. The Viceroy made an announcement in this regard in June 1946. He said, the government shall be formed even if one of or the two major Indian parties, you know that on that time two major Indian parties were Muslim League and Congress, decide to abstain. In this case, an alternative arrangement shall be made. The Muslim League agreed to join the proposed interim government, but the Congress declined. I told you that end of the cabinet mission, Muslim League agreed to join the proposed interim government, but Congress did not accept this plan. Viceroy should have invited, of course, after when the Muslim League was willing and agreed to join the proposed the interim government, the British government should invited the Muslim League, but they didn't. The Viceroy should have invited the Muslim League to form government after Congress refusal, but he failed to keep his promise. On this break of trust, Muslim League decided to withdraw its approval of the cabinet mission plan and announced that direct action day was the only course left open for her. Here, the role of the British government, openly observed by the Muslim leaders and the Muslim League. And when the Quaid-e-Azam accepted this plan, but the British government did not invite the Muslim League to form government because Congress was not accepting this plan. Although the Congress had not accepted the cabinet mission, yet on August 12, 1946, the Viceroy invited Pandit Nehru to form interim government. Protesting on this, the Muslim League called the Muslims to celebrate 16th of August as the Direct Action Day. It can be asked in MCQs when Muslim League celebrated Direct Action Day. It was celebrated 60th of August. And the Muslim throughout India were appealed to protest. The Muslim dignitaries having British titles were asked to surrender their titles to register protest against the government. Of course, when the Congress had not accepted this plan, cabinet mission plan, but the British government uh, invited Nehru to form interim government. As the result of all this, the Muslim decided to celebrate 60th of August as a direct action day. The appeal proved very effective. The Muslims expressed their resentments through protest rallies, processions taken out in all parts of India. The Hindus retaliated by attacking on them. Thousands of people were killed in Calcutta in the Hindu-Muslim clashes. Within no time, the whole of India was taken over by communal frenzy. Under the changed circumstances, after all these situation and circumstances, government was inclined to think that if it would not be possible to form a viable government while keeping the Muslim League out of it, so the situation was out of control. All the country, the Muslims, they were protesting, they were against this decision, and British government, they observed that it would not be possible to form any government while keeping the Muslim League out of it. Government invited the Muslim League to join, and Muslim League did. Muslim League joined, and it did on October 26, 1946. Five Muslim League ministers took oath of office. Holding the finance portfolio, Liaquat Ali Khan acquired a key position to control all other ministries and departments. What was this position? His control over finance virtually crippled the ministries held by congressmen. Budget budget presented by Liaquat Ali Khan came. This was the last straw on the camel's back because it hit hard the interests of money lord with whose financial sports the Congress was run. Now it was Congress' turn to plead for India's partition. Now we will discuss the 3rd June plan. 3rd June plan, we also called division plan. 3rd June, the plan of the partition of the subcontinent was announced. It was announced 3rd June 1947. The partition plan, partition of the subcontinent, it was announced. According to the plan, the power would be given to Pakistan by 40th August 1947. This bill was passed and came to be known as Indian Independence Bill 1947. On February 20th, 1947, the British Prime Minister Clement Attlee made a statement, the British Parliament declaring that number 1, India shall be given independence by June 1948. First, British government announced that India will be given independence June 1948. Then they changed, and after they changed this date, and the freedom independence was given India in August 1947. If the Constituent Assembly fails to frame constitution within the stipulated time limit, the British government shall decide if the powers are to be transferred to the central government or certain professional governments. Mountbatten, who was last Mountbatten, he was the last Viceroy of India sent by the British government, was appointed Viceroy, and he was to replace Lord Wavell. These were the main 3 points of 3rd June plan 1947. Mountbatten reached in India in the last week of March 1946, 22nd March 1946. He came, it can be asked in MCQs. He discussed all the important points and matters with the Indian leaders and was convinced that it was now not possible to keep India united now that for a longer period of time. Mountbatten worked for this purpose, partition plan, and then again went back to England for the approval of the British government. The approval was readily granted, and on his return back, he took 7 important Indian leaders, including Quaid-e-Azam, in confidence. And what were the main points of these plan? Number 1, the British government the British government shall not impose its own constitution on India. The Indian Constituent Assembly shall frame a constitution under which the government of the Indian Union shall be run. The first main point, that now the British government not design, not impose its own constitution. The right was given to the Indian Constituent Assembly that they will design their constitution. This constitution, however, shall not be mandatory for the units unwilling to adopt it. These units shall be allowed to form constituent assemblies to frame constitution of their own choice. Then the provisional assemblies shall be entitled to decide which of the two constituent assemblies their respective provinces shall join. The right was given to the provisional assemblies. They will decide. The plan stipulated different formula for the provinces Punjab, Bengal, the NWFP, Balochistan, and for district of Sylhet and in East Bengal. These were the Muslims majority area where the Muslims were in majority. So the right was given the provisional assemblies. They will be entitled to decide which of the two constituent assembly their respective province join. Number 3, the princely states were also offered an option to join either of two states, keeping in view their geographical position and other condition. Also the right was given the princely states or the small states, they will the right was given they will join these two states, Muslims or Hindu state, keeping in view their geographical position or any other condition, or to remain independent by making treaty arrangements with either of the two successor states. The last point of this 3rd June plan, that was powers were to be transferred by the British to one or two successor states with dominion status during the same year. Also the last point, of course, when the British quit India after the partition, they will transfer the power, of course, two successor states, one Muslims and the other Hindu, and with dominion status during the same year. Independence Act 1947. Indian Independence Act was passed by the British government and ratified, signed by the Crown in July 1947. The act was framed on the principles stipulated in 3rd June plan. It provided, what was the Indian Independence Act? Important short question. British rule over India will come to an end on August 15, 1947. Title of the Emperor of India will no be more form a part of the titles of the British Crown after the date. Number 3, the successor state will be run under the Government of India Act 1935, adopted and modified to meet their requirements as interim constitution till their respective constituent assemblies frame constitutions. These were the 3 main points of Indian Independence Act. Emergence of Pakistan, creation of Pakistan. You know that Pakistan came into being 14 August 1947 on the map of the world, and then largest Muslim state in the world. Quaid-e-Azam took over as the first Governor General of Pakistan, and Liaquat Ali Khan was the first Prime Minister of Pakistan. It can be asked in MCQs, who was the first Governor General? Quaid-e-Azam, first Prime Minister, that was Liaquat Ali Khan. And with this epoch-making event, the freedom movement of the Muslims of India entered a new phase. After the Muslims of India, they achieved their targets, they achieved their destination, and this was the freedom movement of the Muslims of India entered a new era or a new phase. Now provincial assemblies of Punjab, Bengal, these were all the Muslims majority area. The right was given these area. They will decided to join Pakistan. The decisions were made with heavy majority. means the provisional assemblies of Punjab and Bengal decided to join Pakistan with heavy majority, but since the non-Muslims member of these provinces had demanded partition, separate boundary commission were set for this purpose on June 30th for the demarcation of the boundaries in both provinces. Sindh Assembly also decided to join Pakistan. Balochistan Shahi Jirga decided that their province will join the Constituent Assembly of Pakistan. Referendum, also it is a kind of election, were held in the NWFP, and District Select Board decided to join Pakistan. First chapter is finished. Now exercise, fill in the blanks. You know that in your paper pattern, MCQs, but these fill in the blanks can be like MCQs. So write this. I will tell you the answer. Sir Syed founded Aligarh School in the year 1875. 1875. In the last 2 decades of the 19th century, the extremist Hindus started anti-Muslim movement, namely Arya Samaj. Number 3, the Vasrai Dash partition. Vasrai Lord Curzon partition of province of Bengal into two parts when in 1905. Then separate electorate. Number 4, separate electorate was the most important demand of Shimla deputation. Number 5, round table conferences were held from 1930 to 1932. Minto-Morley reforms are also called Government of India Act 1909, 1909. Number 7, Khilafat delegation headed by Maulana Muhammad Ali visited England in the year 1920. Number 8, Pakistan National Movement was established by Chaudhry Rahmat Ali. Number 9, Allama Iqbal presided over the Muslim League session held at Allahabad in 1930. Last blank. The Lahore resolution was moved by the Bengal Chief Minister, Mr. Maulvi Fazlul Haq. Now MCQs. Sir Syed started Risala Tehzeebul Akhlaq. Sir Syed started Risala Tehzeebul Akhlaq. Number 2, Urdu Hindi controversy started in the year 1867. 1867. Number 3, Shimla deputation comprised dash Muslim leaders. How many Muslim leaders? 35. Quaid-e-Azam joined Muslim League in the year when Quaid-e-Azam joined Muslim League in 1913. Congress ministries were formed in the year 1937. 1937. Cripps proposals were published on 30th March 1942. Number 7, Muslim League celebrated dash 1946 as the Direct Action Day when Muslim League celebrated August 16. Sahlet and the dash decided to join Muslim League, Pakistan. Sahlet and dash decided to join Pakistan through referendum NWFP. The NWFP. Khilafat Committee elected Dash as a leader of the non-cooperation movement. Who was elected the leader of the non-cooperation movement? Did you remember? Gandhi. Gandhi was elected as a leader of the non-cooperation movement. After this true false, you will do this. Okay, this is your homework. During chapter, we discuss each and everything. You will do these true false. Now put right parts together, match the column. British Crown 1858. Aligarh University 1921. Muslim League Allama Iqbal. Shimla Deputation October 1st 1906. Mopla Uprising 1921. Now, short questions. What is meant by the term ideology? During lecture, I told you, but again, I will tell you now. Page number 1, a first line, ideology. Ideology is a set of ideas before the Islamic concept of nationhood. This is the answer. Question number 1, what is meant by term ideology? Page number 1, first paragraph, ideology. Second, what is Islamic theory of nationhood? Same page, second paragraph, Islamic concept of nationhood. Next, explain Pakistan ideology briefly, same page, page number 1, last paragraph, definition. The term Pakistan ideology refers, complete paragraph. Then what the Quaid-e-Azam thought about minorities, quote a brief statement, page number 3. You can see here in page number 3, you are free to go to your temple. This quote you will write here in this question. Okay, Quaid-e-Azam was a great champion of human rights. Addressing the first session of the first Constituent Assembly of Pakistan, Quaid-e-Azam said, then you will write this quote and you will not change these words in your own words. Okay, you will write as it is. Question, next question, write a short note on Shimla deputation. In your this chapter, there are 2 paragraphs about Shimla deputation. One is page 4 and the other is 12. But you will write page number 12. First paragraph, page number 12, first paragraph, the Shimla deputation. 6. What do you know about Asbab-e-Baghabte-Hind, causes of Indian mutiny? Asbab-e-Baghabte-Hind, causes of Indian mutiny, page number 9, first paragraph. Causes of Indian mutiny you will write. Then next question, what objectives were set for the Muslim League at the time of its inception? Page number 12, objectives. Here are 3 objectives of Muslim League. You will write all these objectives, these 3 objectives, page number 12. Heading is given objectives. And how many objectives? 3. You will write these 3 objectives. Next question. What important change was made in the objectives of the Muslim League and 1? Same page, last paragraph. Change of objective. Then write a note on the Shimla conference, page number 21. Shimla conference, complete, you will write. Page number 21. And it will be on page number 22, complete Shimla conference. What were the salient features of the Indian Independence Act? Page number 24, Indian Independence Act. How many points in this act? 3. You will write completely Indian Independence Act. Write any 3 proposals of Cripps mission. You will write any 3 proposals of the Cripps mission. That is page number 19. And how many proposals? 7 proposals. And you will write any 3 proposals of Cripps mission. Long questions. Students, you will read these long questions. Topic-wise answers are given in your book. And you will do these long question. Okay, if you have any problem you can ask me, but these are very simple, like give a background of Aligarh movement. In your book, heading wise is given background of Aligarh movement and also its objectives are given with heading. Describe and evaluate Sir Syed Ahmad Khan's services. Heading wise is given in your book, services of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan or the Aligarh movement. These long questions are simple and easy. You can find answer in this chapter easily, and during lecture I have told you all the long questions. Thank you students. Have a nice day.